If you're a trader or trying to be one, you know that it's easy to make money in the market only if you stick to your rules. You know that feeling of making it as a trader. You're so close to the life you always wanted, but every now and then you break your rules and you are just stuck in a spiral. Everyone tells you to stick to your rules, stick to your stop loss, don't overtrade, but it's easier said than done. If it was easy, everyone would be trading for a living, and it's not supposed to be easy. And this is what was happening with me for the first 1 year of my trading journey. I was stuck in the same spiral. But then I was able to break this cycle with the help of these few rules I will be disclosing in this video. Just a suggestion that take these rules as principles, because you can break your rules but you can't break your principles. So if you take these rules as principles, you are more likely to abide by them. We will start with the basics. The first thing is consistency is key, but the thing is traders take it in a wrong way. You need to be consistent with your strategy, your daily routine, but not with your profit or the risk. Yes, I said it. A lot of traders say risk 1% of your money every single day, but I don't believe so, and let me explain why. What most traders take consistency as is that you need to be green every single day. You need to risk the same amount of money every single day. But from my experience, from the most successful traders I know, they don't trade every single day. They are not green every single day, but their winners are exponentially bigger than their losers. That is the main point. A lot of pro traders, they talk about 80-20 principle. That means 80% of your yearly profit will come from 20% of the trading days. That is true for me as well. Out of 52 weeks in a year, majority of my PNL comes from 10 weeks maybe, which is less than 20%. Your equity curve won't ever be linear, so that kind of negates the consistency point. If we take a look at the equity curve of a consistent trader, and mine as well, it's gonna have, once you find consistency, it's gonna push towards the upside exponentially, then maybe consolidate, maybe drop back down slightly. You need to reduce this dip down, then it's gonna go back up exponentially, maybe consolidate again, and then go back up. That's the equity curve. Maybe you will have a big drop as well once in a while, but then exponential push towards the upside. So this is the equity curve of most of the consistent traders I know. So consistency and exponential are at the opposite ends of the spectrum. You need to be consistent with your strategy. Don't change your strategy overnight. Don't go from day trading one day to swing trading the next day. And you need to be consistent with your routine as well, which I also explained in my mindsets for trading success video. That video will be linked at the end of this video. But I don't believe in being consistent with the risk, which brings us to the second rule. And the second rule is doubling down when you are in the zone. This is the most important rule personally for me as well, because this rule has helped me to make money from the market. I have had a chat with a lot of big money traders personally and by watching a lot of videos online as well. This is the rule that helps you make money from the market. Most of the other rules are how not to lose money in the market. But if you double down on this rule, you will be able to get that exponential push towards the upside in the equity curve. Now again, this rule won't work for everyone. It's not one size fits all. If your goal in trading is to replace your job income by trading income and have a well-defined risk of $200 a trade or $500 a trade, even like $1,000 a trade, that is good. You can earn a good amount of living from it. But if your goal is to improve as a trader every single day, to make it in the big leagues and to test your limits, then your risk needs to be dynamic. Now there's a big difference between dynamic risk and gambling your money, because degenerate traders, they are going to be like, okay, he's telling me to gamble that money. No. By dynamic risk means that you're always mindful of the amount you're risking on any particular given trade and you're okay losing that amount of money. So for example, personally, I don't understand the concept of risking the same amount of money on a daily range breakout and a 5 minutes range breakout. I see a lot of traders, most of the traders do this thing. They're going to risk the same amount of money on both these setups. But for me, I want to increase my size exponentially on a daily range breakout and reduce my size or not even trade the 5-minute range breakout, because no two setups are the same. If I'm very confident on a setup, and especially if I'm on a green streak, I want to increase my position sizing on a really good setup. For example, in July 2024, I'm up approximately $50,000 for this month, but I had a really good start to the month. In the first week itself, I made $9,000. In the second week of July, on Monday itself, I was up $12,000, so I doubled down. For me, what works is having a weekly profit target goal. It won't work for everyone, but I'm gonna give you guys what works for me. So for me, my weekly goal is around $2,000. So if I make anything above $2,000, I know that I'm making it as a trader. But again, I'm not stupid. Like for example, in the second week of July 2024, I was up $12,000 on Monday itself. It's not like I'm gonna gamble the remaining $10,000 because my weekly goal is $2,000. No. I'm happy with $12,000, but my weekly goal is really small. But now, because I am up $12,000 on Monday itself, I can risk $4,000 to $5,000 instead of risking $1,000. So my risk is dynamic. If I'm green, if my confidence is high, I'm going to double down. And if my confidence is low, I'm going to take a back seat. I'm personally an options day trader. So if you guys are part of our Discord group, just 2 months ago, I was taking 20, 30 contracts. But in July, because I had a good start to the month, I have increased my position sizing to 50 to 100 contracts, which is an exponential increase in the risk. But my risk is dynamic. Now, if I have a big red day, I'm going to step back down to 20 or 30 contracts. So my risk keeps on changing depending on the confidence level. I love the game of trading. I don't want to stop playing, and I like leveling up. And when I am on a hot streak, when I'm doing really good, that is a perfect time to level up. Now bear in mind, this is completely opposite to what most traders do. Most traders, after a winning streak, they get fearful of losing that money, but that's the time to double down. And most traders, they increase their position sizing after a losing streak because they try to get their money back, but that is the time to take a back seat because your confidence is shattered and your trade executions are also not that good. Which now brings us to the third rule, and third rule is always size down after a red day. That is very important because you only have one job as a trader. The only job is to preserve your confidence, and after a red day, your confidence takes a hit. This is the rule I started with in 2020 and it has been working out nicely for me. So after a red day, I don't care if the next day the market looks really good or not, I size down. Worst case scenario, I have a small red day again. Or best case scenario, I have a small green day. But in both the cases, my confidence is not taking a big hit for the second time in a row. The reason for sizing down is that if I get 2 big red days in a row, sometimes it's going to take me few days, maybe even few weeks or months to get that confidence or zone back. And it's also the opportunity cost because then I'm going to miss out on a few really good playbook setup over the period of next few weeks because I don't have the confidence to size up, and my trade executions are really bad because my confidence is really low. If you have been trading for a while, you must have realized this, that sometimes when you're on a hot streak, your confidence goes exponentially up. So this is the baseline right here, baseline, and this is the confidence right here. So when you're trading well, your confidence goes exponentially up. You stack up a few green days, you are like, I got this, I'm gonna make it as a trader. But then you have a big red day or maybe a red day, your confidence gets shattered a bit. But now your job is not to come back to baseline. The worst case scenario, if you have 2 big red days in a row, it's going to come under the baseline. Now from under the baseline back to baseline, it might take you a few days, a few weeks or a few months, which is really bad. Your only job as a trader is to reduce the amount or duration of time you spend down here. Because if you're spending a lot of time of your trading under the baseline of your confidence, then you're going to miss out on a few really good opportunities and you won't be able to grow your equity curve exponentially towards the upside because you're not in the zone and your confidence is shattered. So similar to your equity curve, your confidence also goes exponentially up when you're doing well. You feel like you got it as a trader, but then it takes a nosedive if you have 2 red days, and especially if you have 2 big red days in a row. That's why it's very important to size down after a red day so that you can prevent that confidence from taking a nosedive. Now the last rule, which is more of a principle, is to never stop learning, and that's why I mentioned that all these rules, you should take them as principles because you are more likely to break your rules, but it's very difficult to break your principles. By never stop learning, I mean learn about how your brain works, how your body works. It's very important as a trader to be mindful of your brain and mindful of your body as well. If you're not feeling that good, if you did not have a good night's sleep, you need to be mindful of that. I have read so many books and I'm still learning a lot of books on how to improve myself as a trader and to understand more about myself, my mind and my body. I also made a YouTube video on my top books for trading. I'm going to link that video towards the end of this video. Also, you can watch a lot of podcasts on YouTube. For example, Diary of a CEO is a good one. Andrew Huberman is like excellent. He will teach you how to understand your brain better and how the dopamine response can affect your trading as well. It's similar to the confidence. Your dopamine goes exponentially up and comes back exponentially down. So very fascinating stuff, and I would highly recommend you guys to watch all these good podcasts on YouTube as well. By embracing continuous learning, you position yourself to thrive in a constantly changing market environment. If you guys have a rule that is difficult to stick to for you guys, or if you have a rule that has helped you personally in your trading journey, I would be happy to have a chat about that in the comment section below. Like this video, subscribe to my channel for a lot more content on day trading, and before you go, also give me a follow on Instagram because I have been posting a lot of good day trading content on Instagram as well. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.